And the masters of the universe.
Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword and said,
By the power of Grayskull,
Alright guys, so we opened up today's workout with a completely new movement for me. It's something that I haven't actually done before. Last time I did sort of prone rows was with dumbbells. That's the traditional way of doing it, and although I have tried it with an Olympic bar before, having it in such a position instead of like this position is a bit of a disadvantage in my opinion. It works a lot of width, but it has no advantages when it comes to doing fitness. So being able to now do it on a Swiss bar as I'm doing here works all the wonders of the dumbbells, but with the advantages of being able to use a bar that can hold a lot of weight. It's really good. I really enjoyed this movement, and the cambered in it gave me a real good range of motion also. Now, one of the learning points that I got from that movement was that to get the full range of motion, I had to just angle the bar a little bit upwards, okay, towards myself. This was so that as I was pulling up, it wasn't catching on the underbelly of the bench. But by doing that, I was able to kind of curve it around some of the metal support work, and I was able to get even that extra little bit of range of motion. I say this kind of range of motion you can mimic with the dumbbells, but you can't do it with a normal straight bar. So as I say, this Swiss bar, this cambered Swiss bar that I've got, has all the advantages of being able to hold my hands in essentially what is a dumbbell position, but with the stability of a bar. You know, with dumbbells they can move around a little bit. With a bar, they're in a fixed position every time. Although of course I can choose the width by changing which grip I use. But I've got all the advantages still of the range of motion of the dumbbells because of the cambered aspect of it. And on top of that, I've also got the advantage of being able to use a bar, which means I can use more weight. I'm a little bit limited in the gym regards to what weights I can use. You know, my dumbbells, I've got set dumbbells that go up to 18 kilos, and I've got variable dumbbells where I can change the weight, so I can go up to, you know, a reasonable amount on that. But it's just awkward, it's annoying, but being able to use a bar just makes everything easier. So this was a really good exercise, and it developed a lot of, I could really feel the fitness of the back developing. Then I moved on to the next movement. So this next movement again was this is completely new, something I've never been able to do before, taking advantage of the way the Swiss bar set up. So on the end I have areas which would normally kind of hook onto J hooks on a cage, but it just happened to be the perfect place to do a really wide grip. I mean, we're talking as wide as I could go, and this just really just allowed me to really kind of work the width on top of obviously the fitness that I did on the previous movement. It felt amazing. And I ended up on 35 kilos, which, you know, it's only 5 kilos more than what I started with, but every little bit of weight, every kilo on this movement, you know, goes up exponentially. It's really quite difficult. And as a result, you know, I might not be able to shift a lot of weight, but I came off and I felt like I was going to glide. You know, I felt so wide after this movement. It worked really, really well. Alright guys, so for lat pull downs, I decided to just do one big giant set, or breakdown set in essence. I opened up with 125 pounds, which from my last workout I knew was a sort of limit of what I could do regards strength, okay, for the kind of repage that I was looking for. But I came in today for some reason just strong. I well outperformed myself Regards what I managed to achieve last time, you know, mixing in normal reps with high density, heavy duty, high intensity repage. It just kind of worked, and I was just able to keep going and going and going. And so I started on 125 pounds, but then moved on to 100 pounds. And this is really where, as I say, my strength and endurance just seemed to be unbelievable. I mean, the 125 pounds was still within a normal range of, you know, repage and weight and all the rest of it. But the 100 pounds, I just didn't tire out. And I think I kind of got to the point where you kind of get to, right, where I was doing a lot of work, right? And a lot of volume, a lot of exercises during this already, you know, especially having already warmed up on the row and that. And I think I was just getting to that point where you're kind of doing a little bit too much, because all of a sudden the pump goes, and no matter how much you train, the kind of pump just disappears, right? And your endurance just hangs on and on in there. I've certainly got to that point a few times in my life, you know, where, you know, I used to overtrain a lot, and I haven't really got to that point ever since, because I've always backed away and walked away with a pump. But it's kind of what I was experiencing in this. I was just unable to blow myself out. I just kept going and going. But, you know, doing this every now and then is pretty good. I mean, I think it is overtraining, but it's something that, as long as you kind of, you know, keep it in check every now and then, it does have the benefits. And so I wanted to walk away knowing that this workout was going to hurt. I wanted the recovery period to be as painful as possible, and so I just, as I say, I kept going and going and going. And I kind of, you know, finished obviously on 100 pounds with a good number of reps. But, you know, as I say, I really wanted a full-on breakdown set, so I moved on to 65 pounds. And again, you know, obviously 65 pounds is a very lightweight in comparison to the others. And I just knew that I wasn't going to be able to burn myself out on this particular movement. So I mixed in something that I learned from my previous workouts, that it's actually really good not to just do heavy duty work, you know, eccentric pauses and flushing and all the rest of it, negative work, from rep 1 to rep the last rep of the set. But it's actually good to mix in intermittently normal reps, 1, 2, 3 normal reps, and then suddenly, you know, 7 normal reps I was doing, and then doing 3 heavy duty reps, and then 1, 2, all the way up to 7 again, just kind of mixing it. So getting sets of 10 out, but as a mix of both, you know, heavy duty, you know, high intensity sort of pausing and eccentric work, mixed in with normal reps. That way you get the volume, but you get the intensity at the same time, and it kind of keeps the body shocked and working. Then, just to finish off, I did a breakdown. My fourth and final breakdown was on a rhomboid pull down movement. Now, I didn't film what I did after this, okay? What I did after this was I did the sort of 30 reps that you saw on the 65 pound lat pull downs. I did a mixture of eccentric and rep work on the rhomboid pull down. So fortunately I didn't get that on camera to show you guys. And then I did, after that, as you'll see, would have seen in the right up part, rear Ronnies. Okay, now rear Ronnies are what I call this movement. Okay, this is where I get bands in either hand and I do this. Okay, and it works the rear downs really well. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you soon. So ta-ta, good luck for now, and goodbye from me. Thank you, bye-bye.